Welcome back to the TikTok show. I am your host, Ryan Heelan, and today my guest has over 2 million followers on TikTok, and he makes up one half of possibly the cutest couple on TikTok. Please welcome to the show, Cole Gonzalez. Cole, thanks for being here.
What's up, Ryan? Thanks for having me, man. It's awesome.
So, really quickly, for those people who may not know who you are, introduce yourself, just, where you're from, all that good stuff.
What's up, guys? So my name's Cole Gonzalez, my full name. I go by ColeWherld on TikTok and Instagram and whatever other social media platform I have. But yeah, I'm from California, Orange County to be specific, which is pretty close to LA. I know everyone probably knows where LA is if you're on TikTok. So yeah, I grew up here. I started on TikTok probably about a year ago, but I didn't start posting until probably like 7-8 months ago. And yeah, that's basically it.
So you've been on TikTok for about a year, and was the goal to start creating content, or was it just I'm kind of passing the time like everybody else, or did you want to create content?
Yeah, so to be honest, I'm sure everyone's heard this before, but I first looked at TikTok, like it kind of came out when I was in high school. Right now I'm a sophomore in college, but when it first came out, I was like, yo, like this app is so dumb, like everything's so cringy. So eventually, like I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna get the app. I started doing fitness because it's still my passion, but it's kind of put to the side right now. Like I'm still working out and all that, but that's not really my content. But at first I started with fitness content. Then I moved like into comedy. I did a few series, and then I did Omegle. So actually, like fun fact, so me and my boy, Anthony Barajas, it's Anthony Michael, we started doing the Omegles first on TikTok. So like when it started trending like a month or two ago, like we basically started it.
You're the trendsetter.
I mean, you could say.
You are the trendsetter.
Yeah, and some people might disagree, but I mean, you can look back to when we started posting them, and then
you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Cole Gonzalez, trendsetter. That's awesome. No, yeah. TikTok is one app where you can blow up really quickly. What was that like the past couple months where you just have exploded to over 2 million followers? What's that been like?
Jeez, dude, it's crazy, man. I mean, the ability to grow on TikTok is like no other app. And like when I say that, I just mean the For You page is just crazy. Just the growth you can have. You can have one video and it can make you famous overnight, So it took me a while. Like I didn't just go from 0 to 2 million followers overnight. Like people probably just think like, oh, like, he only posted a few videos. Like I have like probably 800 videos over like 7. Like I post a lot of videos, and I did that to how I grew because like, it's like the more content you put out, you're eventually going to have one that goes viral. Then you just kind of go off that one, and then you just use that momentum to keep growing. And that's basically how I did it.
Yeah. I think one of the misconceptions of TikTok is that people just explode overnight, and that's not really the deal. You can have a video that does well, but you might only gain a couple hundred followers, but to get a following like you have to be consistent. You have to stick with it, which you have. So good for you.
Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Now, you talked about being the trendsetter with this Omegle bit on TikTok, but you have an interesting story about where Omegle has kind of taken you with finding somebody. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so there's this girl named Sid. She goes by Bob. No one probably knows her real name. Her name's Bob. So there's also, we could talk a little about the controversy if you want, because I don't know if you've dug into that, but we can get into that.
I have no idea, no.
Like I met this girl named Bob, aka Sid on Omegle. Like I really vibe with this girl. And the thing about me, it's like, you ask any of my friends, like, this is also a misconception about just like social media influencers. Everyone thinks like I'm categorized as like an F-boy, someone who like gets all these girls. Dude, like I don't talk to a lot of girls at all. I'm really focused on myself right now. Right. And like she was the one girl that I'm like, wow, like this girl is really cool. Like I really like this girl. And I've been saving up money through like social media. I'm like, you know what? People love us. I like this girl. Like I'm gonna go see her and see how it works out. And then I went out to see her 4 days later. And now she's coming tomorrow, or not tomorrow. She's coming Friday. So today's Wednesday. She's coming in 2 days, and I'm gonna see her.
Wow, so that's exciting. Yeah.
Now, it is not always the smartest thing to fly out and see somebody you met over the internet, but it looks like you had a lot of fun. How was that trip out there to St. Louis, I think?
It was to Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas.
Yeah. And just disclaimer, like I followed all the guidelines. I I know it's pandemic. Like I got my
Oh
test
yeah, yeah,
before I went.
yeah.
She got her test. Like her family, her parents are like a little older, so like I totally respected that. I asked her parents if it was okay I came out. I didn't just come out. I obviously talked to them, made sure it was okay. But yeah, dude, it was awesome. Like I've never really done something that sporadic, especially like
Right.
going that far. But yeah, Kansas is a dope place. She's a dope girl. Her family's
Yeah.
awesome. She showed me around like where she grew up. We
How
went to like
cool.
yeah, a couple cool places. So yeah, it was just awesome.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Now, Omegle is the app where you just like skip people as fast as you can. So why, like, was it destiny that you guys just both didn't skip each other and it just started, the connection was instant? How did that happen?
I don't know. I mean, I don't usually the only time I skip people is if they're not showing their face, because like a lot of the times my Omegle skits, like some of them are like skits like planned out, but other times I'll just turn on the camera and I'll just try and get some content and kind of just play off what happens. And that
Right.
it was one of those nights where I'm just like looking for people either just have a funny conversation with, just vibe with, or just get a funny reaction out of for any way. And she just happened to be someone I fell into.
Wow.
Just
Good for you
matched.
guys. I mean, it's one of those things that everybody loves watching on TikTok, but it also hurts everybody who's single, because I see all the comments on your videos and it's like, so cute, but where's my Bob? And it's just like,
Dude, I know. I feel kind of bad, dude. For as many comments as they're like, "Oh my god, I believe in love." Other people are like, "This makes me feel so
yeah.
wrong." Like,
No, you guys are going to have the next Nicholas Sparks movie, and then it's going to be a book and then a movie. So good for you guys. Now, why is she called Bob? Is that like an inside joke, or is that something I missed?
yeah. So, in the first video I posted, I'm like, "What's your name?" And she's like, "Bob," and that's just like a joke we've carried out throughout this whole time. Yeah.
Well, that's sweet. That's sweet. Now, really quickly, just in case she sees this, what are 3 things you really love about Bob?
Oh, 3? Dude, that's easy. Come on. She has a really pretty smile. Like her personality is amazing. Like she has such a good sense of humor. And also like I'll say 2 more. Like I just think she's overall just like really like just beautiful. And then just what was I gonna say? Her she's just like really down to earth. Like
Yeah.
she doesn't really she doesn't try that hard. Like there's a lot, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but just personally for me, I like a girl who just doesn't really have to try that hard to get my attention. Like she can just be herself, and that's like
Yeah.
really cool.
Well, now you got me tearing up on the interview. I need to take a minute.
I'm sorry, dude.
No,
Sorry.
that's great. I think that's really cool because like earlier you were like, you have this perception as being an F-boy on social media, but those are all really sweet, down to earth things that, are genuine about somebody that you care about. So that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Now you talked about being into fitness, when you first started TikTok. Have you been into fitness your entire life, or is this like a new thing you did when you got to college, or did you play a sport?
Yeah, so I played soccer and baseball in high school, and then my junior year of high school, I stopped playing sports because I kind of just got over the whole sport thing. Like I didn't want to play in college. So my like my sophomore year, the year before I stopped playing sports, I got into the gym. I watched like all these big fitness influencers. I don't know if you know like Gymshark, a lot of people in
Oh
there.
yeah.
David Lay, Dylan McKenna were like the 2 people I watched like every single video. And
Right.
in the beginning, like that's what I wanted through social media, like get Gymshark sponsorships, like get a fitness sponsorship, take that route. But then I started to realize as I continued posting that like people like diversity. Like I could have fitness as part of what I do, but I was limiting myself to only show my fitness side. Like I do comedy, I
Right.
do like, serious, I think I can do it all. And I think that's also kind of what separates me. Like I don't like to have just one niche. I kind of like do
Right.
everything. And I think my followers appreciate that. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's
for sure.
the fitness thing. Yeah, I just started going to the gym. I was kind of like a chubby kid, got picked on, kind of like a typical story, like just a
Right.
chubby growing up. And
Yeah.
I didn't like being like that. So I decided to go to the gym, and then I just stuck to it. And then, yeah, that's basically, to put it
Wow.
short.
So you're the kid that nobody sees for 10 years, and all of a sudden he's a model on social media after they were picking on him in grade school. Good for you.
Hey,
No, I
we'll
think,
see.
I think what you said is important, because when you do social media, especially TikTok, you have to be able to do a lot, because, there's a lot of people on TikTok, and you can kind of get burnt out if you just stick with one thing. You have to kind of be like a Swiss Army knife. And like you
Yeah.
said, fitness, comedy. So that's really cool. So how have your friends and family kind of reacted to, this whirlwind year you've had?
Oh, geez, dude. I guess we can start with friends. So like my close friends, like they're super happy for me. A lot of them like always reach out. They're like, oh my God, like you might not realize like what's going on, but like to see this from an outside perspective, like this is crazy. Like I'm really happy for you, which is like dope. And then you
Yeah.
have like typical people from high school who are like hitting you up and they like, you know, they weren't your friend or they're literally
Right.
like I could pull out a list of people that like talked I'm not gonna cuss on this, but talked down on me, you know.
Right.
Like
I
high
think we all
school.
know what you meant on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I could like pull out a list of people that talked down on me in high school.
Right.
And you know, I started doing TikTok like the year after high school. And now like they're hitting me up and they're asking like some guy yesterday, he hit me up and I haven't talked to him for years. And he's like, and we were never really friends. He's like, yo, like, can you follow me on TikTok? It's like, dude, like for what? It's like
Yeah.
just like why do
Right.
you value me more now that I have followers? Like
Yeah.
that means nothing. Like
Yeah.
I'm just it's very surprising to me, you know.
Right.
Like
And not only does that says more about them than it does anything, but I think, it's funny that it's like you can get made fun of in high school and then you start TikTok and people are still making fun of you. And it's only when you get that number next to your name, people are like drawn to you or whatever. It's one of the negative things about social media for sure. But you talked a lot about, people you like, Gymshark athletes. Who else is your motivation on social media? Comedians, fitness people. Who do you look up to and say, I really like what they do?
I think we'll get to that real quick, but I think I missed part of it. Did you ask about family too? I feel like I
Oh
missed
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, how's your
no,
family reacted to
I
all
didn't want to
this?
like miss part of your
No,
question.
you're right.
So yeah, dude, it's to be honest, it's pretty tough. And I know there's
Right.
probably people that are going to be listening to this that have family that really doesn't support them doing social media. And my advice to you is just, keep doing your thing. Like it might even be your family. Like for me, it's my family too. Like I literally told my mom, like, I have 2 million followers on TikTok, and she's just like, cool, but like, how are your grades? Like, that's literally what she said. And it sucks, dude, to be
Yeah,
honest. So unmotivating when the people closest to you,
for
like,
sure.
don't support what you want to do. And
Yeah.
I look at it like, I don't look badly on my mom for thinking that because she just doesn't understand like the opportunities with social media, you know?
Right.
So a lot of my family doesn't really support me like my sister does. I have 2 siblings. My sister does, which is really cool. And we have a really good relationship. But as far as like, even like, not even just my family, like my cousins, like all of them, like they don't really support me doing this. And
Yeah.
it's fine.
No.
Like, it's not going to stop me. But I
Right.
just hope that like everyone out there, like that's not stopping you from doing what you want to do. Like I say, do what you want to do. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Even if the people closest to you don't agree with what you're doing.
100%. 100%. And it can be really tough because you have a lot of followers on social media, but it hits a little different when the people closest to you aren't in that group of following. People might think, oh, he's got 2 million followers. Why is he so upset about whatever? But it's like, no, the people who you grew up with and you've been around your entire life, it just takes a little bit to adjust to, but good for you for pushing through that. And you're obviously
Thank
very
you.
motivated, which is amazing to see.
Okay.
Um,
Then what was
yeah,
next? Sorry.
so like you said, you have Gymshark athletes you look up to, but who do you look up to on social media? Comedians, the Nelk Boys, David Dobrik. Is there anybody you look up to that you say, I really like the way they did it?
Dude, to be honest, like my manager asked me something similar because she was looking for collabs for me. And like when I say this, I don't mean it in a bad way, but like I just don't really pay attention to anyone else other than like a few of my friends that have TikTok. But like I just don't, and that's not
Yeah.
like a shot on anyone, but I'm just paying
Oh
attention
no.
to myself. And that's not saying like I don't think people are dope and they have great content. It's just like I just really don't pay attention to that, you know?
Right. Well, I think that speaks to how driven you are. You almost have just like a tunnel scope vision for what you want, which is awesome. I think sometimes, when I first downloaded TikTok, it was all like I'm just watching TikToks for 4 hours a day. But you're right. When I started doing this and making videos,
Yeah.
it was like I don't really watch TikTok. I'll go on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, literally, man.
I'll post my video and watch 2 or 3 videos, but then it's like, what's the next thing I can do? So yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Now, you just said you have a manager. Can you say your big announcement that you told me earlier about what you just signed to?
Oh, it's Clout Defined.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That's,
Yeah,
that's the
I
man.
don't want to spill it for you. So tell them
Yeah.
the big news.
Yeah. So I signed to this manager. Her name's Jalen. She's really sweet. She's an awesome person. Like I feel like she's my mom already. Like that's how cool this person is. And I also I can't talk really too much about it, but I have something pretty big going on. It's not for sure, but it would be really cool, and I would let you and everyone else know when that happens. But yeah, she's really dope.
Awesome.
But basically, anyone who doesn't know what that deals with, like signing with the manager or management team, like they just bring in brand deals for you. They help you find collabs because they have connections, just things like that.
Yeah. It's insane that when I was young and when we were young, it was like, if you get a manager in Los Angeles, you must be a movie star, a singer, an actor. But now it's like people like are getting managers on social media. And,
Yeah, it's crazy.
you kind of talked about it a little bit just a second ago, but do you have any advice for people who are starting on social media, who are posting and they're not getting followers and all that? What's your advice to those who want to pursue social media?
For sure. I just think one thing I've stuck pretty true to is just being yourself. And I know that's like so simple, but it's really not, because you look at, like, for example, you look at someone who's just starting on social media, like they really want to be like this person or that person. It's like, just focus on being you, because
Right.
one thing I know for sure is that if you're trying to be someone else, you can be like them, but you'll never be them. So you'll never be as good as them. So you might as well just bring yourself to the table, show like what you're good at, like whatever your niche is, whatever you like to do, just do that. Because people, you look at all these big TikTokers for the most part. I mean, some of them, they do some of the same stuff, but most of them have something unique to them, and that's what made them famous. So I would just say, show what you're good at, be true to yourself, and like, don't be afraid to be like open to your following, like I'm literally showing my love story with this girl, and I'm showing like my soft side, but it's like, and people call me simp all the time, and I'm just like,
Right.
I don't care, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
as many people that are going to hate on you, there's the opposite side of people who are going to really appreciate your content. I've had people in my DMs saying that like they've been depressed and I'm helping them. People that said like even deeper stuff, like they're gonna, like
Yeah.
do
Those
worse
are, I
things.
mean,
Yeah, they're
those are the
gonna do
best
worse things.
comments to get.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man. I would have never thought I had that impact on people. And just have like a goal in mind. Like for me, like the reason I'm doing social media, like sure, I love it and I love to make people happy, but I also want to, do something different that my family's never done, and eventually make enough money where I can give back to my parents. You need to have like something in mind that's going to drive you. Like if it's just
Yeah.
for fame, you're going to lose motivation overnight. Like
For
it
sure.
can't just
For
be
sure.
fame. You have to have something deeper that's going to drive you. And that goes with anything, not just social media.
Right. Well, I'm already looking forward to your motivational book when it comes out, because that got me fired up, man. I mean, but no, you're exactly right. Everything you said, you have to have motivation. If your motivation is money and fame, you will fall short, because if you're a content creator like yourself, there are a lot of long nights that people don't see, a lot of frustrating nights that people don't see, where it's just like, you're in your head a lot, but you have to keep pushing through it. And if you do, and you do it the right way, you will see progress, which is awesome. So
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, really quickly, shout out all your social medias for people to follow: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that kind of stuff.
All right. So TikTok is ColeWherld, ColeWherld. That's my Instagram as well. And then my Snapchat is just Cole, my first name, and then .Gonzalez, Goncales. And then my YouTube is Cole.Gonzalez as well. Same spell.
Perfect. And guys, I will tag all of that in the video somewhere. Cole, thank you so much for being here. Tell Bob we said hello and hope she's doing great. Guys, make sure you go follow Cole on all social medias, and make sure you follow me for more great interviews. Thank you so much for watching.